Caleb Cal. Trask is a central character in East of Eden, written by John Steinbeck. Published in 1952, the novel explores the struggle between good and evil, the complexity of human nature, and the possibility of moral choice across generations. Caleb Trask is the son of Adam Trask and the twin brother of Aaron Trask. Intelligent, introspective, and emotionally intense, Cal struggles with feelings of darkness within himself. His journey centers on his desire to be good despite believing he is inherently flawed. One character story. Caleb Trask grows up in the Salinas Valley under the care of his father, Adam, and their servant Lee, after his mother, Kathy, abandons the family. Unlike his brother Aaron, Cal is perceptive and suspicious from a young age. He senses that something is hidden about their family and becomes increasingly aware of the moral complexities around him. Cal develops a deep insecurity, believing that he has inherited his mother's supposed evil nature. This belief shapes his self-image, causing him to view himself as fundamentally different from Aaron, who appears pure and morally upright. Despite this, Cal longs for his father's love and approval, which he feels is given more freely to Aaron. As he grows older, Cal begins to explore the darker side of human behavior, engaging in morally questionable activities, such as spying and manipulating situations. However, these actions are driven less by malice and more by curiosity and a desire to understand himself. He is deeply self-aware and struggles with guilt, demonstrating a capacity for moral reflection. A significant turning point in Cal's life occurs when he decides to earn money in order to give Adam a meaningful gift. He invests in a bean speculation scheme during World War I and makes a large profit. Proud of his achievement, Cal presents the money to his father, hoping to gain his approval. However, Adam rejects the gift, considering it morally tainted because it was earned through wartime profiteering. This rejection devastates Cal, echoing the earlier biblical parallel of Cain and Abel. Overcome with anger and pain, Cal reveals to Aaron that their mother is alive and running a brothel. This act, driven by jealousy and resentment, leads directly to Aaron's emotional collapse and eventual death in the war. After this event, Cal is consumed by guilt and remorse. He recognizes the consequences of his actions and is deeply affected by them. In the novel's final moments, Lee encourages Adam to forgive Cal, emphasizing the concept of timshul, that Cal has a choice to overcome his past. Adam's final word to Cal, interpreted as an expression of forgiveness, leaves Cal with the possibility of redemption. Two role in the narrative. Caleb Trask serves as the central figure through which the novel's primary themes are explored. His internal struggle between good and evil embodies the concept of timshul, or the idea that humans have the power to choose their moral path. He functions as a modern counterpart to the biblical Cain, but with greater psychological depth. Unlike a purely symbolic figure, Cal is complex and self-aware, making his moral journey more nuanced. His actions drive key events in the narrative, particularly the conflict with Aaron and the revelation of their mother's identity. Cal also represents growth and transformation. While many characters remain static or defined by their past, Cal is capable of change. His awareness of his flaws and his desire to overcome them make him a dynamic character whose development reflects the novel's emphasis on choice and redemption. 3. Symbolic significance. Caleb Trask symbolizes a human struggle with inner darkness and the possibility of redemption. He represents the idea that individuals are not defined by their impulses or heritage, but by the choices they make. His belief that he has inherited evil contrasts with the novel's assertion that morality is not predetermined. Cal also symbolizes self-awareness. Unlike characters who deny or ignore their flaws, Cal confronts his inner conflict directly. This awareness, while painful, allows for the possibility of growth. His journey illustrates that recognizing one's imperfections is a necessary step toward moral development. Furthermore, Cal embodies the theme of timshul. His story demonstrates that even after committing harmful actions, individuals retain the ability to choose a different path. This makes him one of the most hopeful figures in the novel, despite his mistakes. Through Cal, John Steinbeck likely sought to present a more complex and humanized version of the Cain figure, rather than portraying him as inherently evil. Steinbeck explores the psychological and emotional factors that contribute to moral struggle. Cal's character allows the author to emphasize the importance of choice, responsibility, and the potential for redemption. Readers widely regard Cal as one of the most compelling and relatable characters in East of Eden. His internal conflict and desire for acceptance resonate with many, making him a deeply human figure. While his actions, particularly his role in Aaron's downfall, are troubling, his remorse and capacity for growth evokes sympathy. Many readers see Cal as the embodiment of the novel's central message about the power of choice and the possibility of redemption. For conclusion, Caleb Trask is introduced as an introspective and conflicted young man who believes himself to be inherently flawed. This concise identity shapes his journey, as he struggles to reconcile his perceived darkness with his desire to be good. Symbolically, Cal represents the possibility of redemption and the importance of moral choice. His story demonstrates that individuals are not bound by their past or their nature, but have the power to shape their own destinies. Through the concept of Timshul, Cal's character embodies hope and the potential for change. Readers generally view Cal as a deeply sympathetic and complex figure. His struggles and growth make him one of the most memorable characters in the novel. Ultimately, Cal's journey reinforces the central message of East of Eden, that the ability to choose between good and evil is what defines humanity.